Why is the market pumping right now? Let's discuss. One of the biggest things that I think is going on right now is people's expectation that inflation is getting better, and potentially because of this, the Fed will stop to raise the rates. I think the market is expecting around a 0.25% basis point hike in the next meeting, and I think that this is getting the market very bullish. On top of that, of course, we have the banks and that sort of thing happening, which is giving people the idea to turn to an alternative like Bitcoin. We're going to discuss that a little bit more in a second, but as we can see, we did peak here in around June time at 9.1% in inflation, and we have been steadily declining since then, which is showing that we do actually have some control, or the Fed has some control over this inflation, and they may actually be turning this thing around, which is of course very bullish for our risk on assets. Now, with that said, taking a look at the overall market, we can see today Bitcoin is over $30,000. $30,000. Congratulations to all of you guys that have been holding out there up until this point. Right now, Bitcoin is up 6.8%. We got Ethereum up around 3% on the day. And yeah, things are looking great. XRP is doing pretty well. And overall, the market is doing well. Altcoins haven't seemed to move that much, though. So it could be still an altcoin rally to come, which would be amazing for portfolios like mine that hold a lot of altcoins that we have been collecting up when the market was down. So things are looking really good in this market over here. Lunar Classic up a little bit today, but not doing too great. Things are slowing down for Lunar Classic, in my opinion. We just need to wait and hold on and see what happens, right? We're not too exposed to this, like I've been saying on the channel. We just have a little bit. It's a moon bag, and we're going to see what happens. And another coin that has been on my radar recently is Casper. Now, this coin has had a monumental move. Over the last month, we've seen a huge who am I being? We've seen a big move come in from there. You can see down in the pits down here, and then an absolute massive move from around the end of February to the start of March to now. I haven't bought myself any of this yet because of this movement. We did have this push upwards and a push downwards, and this looks like a great place to have accumulated potentially, but I'm going to wait and see what happens with this. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys are interested in KAS at all. I am pretty interested in this. The market cap is down a little bit from up here, of course, and yeah, I'm going to wait to see what happens with this, because I think there could be some good movements with this, and I'm going to keep you guys updated with that. Now, if we have a look at the S&P 500 or the SPX, also looking quite nice, back above that trend line that we were watching. We broke below it, but now we are back above it, which is what I like to see. Interestingly enough, we are seeing the DXY trend a little bit upwards here, but not putting in any new higher highs or anything like that. So the downward trend, I would say, is still intact as we speak. So that's a good thing. And the greed and fear index for Bitcoin and crypto is still in very much greed, right? So be careful here. If you are dollar cost averaging into bigger plays, we are in greed. So the likelihood of us falling back into fear is still there, guys. This doesn't mean there isn't opportunity out there with other cryptos, altcoins, and that sort of thing, but be careful, because we are in greed, and we know what happens here in this market when we are in greed. Now, looking at some interesting information that we do have today, we can see that more than 1 out of every 2 Bitcoin in circulation has not moved in the last 2 years. We hit an all-time high as of today, which is pretty wild, right? 2 years. Half of all Bitcoin in circulation has not moved for 2 years, meaning 50% of the people who hold Bitcoin believe in it as much to hold it for 2 years. And remember, those 2 years, they've lost probably a lot of their money, but they still have a huge amount of conviction in holding Bitcoin for the long term, just like myself. And as we can see, the actual trend of people holding more and more Bitcoin goes up no matter what really happens here in the market. We can see here 2017, there was of course a massive increase in the amount of supply being held that decreased into 2019 and started to increase again. So we can actually see a correlation between the increase of the active supply for 2 years and the start of bull runs. We can see here 2016 increasing, 2019, 2020 increasing, now again here 2023 increasing. So this could be telling us this may be the start of the next bull run. Maybe, right? Don't get too excited here, but it could be. Now, you should be prepared for this. We got prepared for this when the market was down in the pits, and now we are ready. If the market explodes from here, we are positioned to make incredible amounts of money, and if the market goes down, we still have more dry powder on the side to make the best of it, right? That's what I've been doing anyway, and talking about it here on the channel. Remember, nothing in my videos is financial advice. And with that said, moving on to a little bit more information, which is what I'm very excited about. We got the Google Trends here. We can see here Bitcoin as a search term, right? And what I find particularly interesting, right, is Bitcoin over the past 12 months, the search term has been nowhere near as high as it was back here in June, in May or June. You know what happened in May? Big old crashes, and in June as well. But it's nowhere near that high. Now, Bitcoin is moving up pretty fast overall, right? Up to almost 30K today. But yet no one is really finding out about this in the normal retail space. Of course, us crypto degens are still here, are still excited about it, but retail excitement and retail FOMO has not come into the market yet, according to Google Trends, which is awesome, right? This means that there is still a boatload of people that are waiting who don't even know that the market has moved up. Now, I don't know about you guys, but even saying that I'm involved in crypto these days, people still laugh at us, right? 2 years ago, they were super excited for us. Nowadays, they laugh at us, but they don't even realize when I tell them Bitcoin's sitting at 28,000, they're like, what? I thought it was like 10K. So this is what's happening, right? The floodgates have not yet opened. So this could be pretty wild for the cryptocurrency markets if those floodgates do open. Now, moving on to a little bit of altcoin news, we see Cardano whales accumulating 560 million ADA in just 2 weeks. These guys are gearing up for a move upwards. Let me know down there in the comment section what you guys think about Cardano going forward. Now, in other altcoin news, we also saw SushiSwap approval bug that led to $3.3 million exploit. So basically another hack here, and only users who have traded on the decentralized exchange in the last 4 days are apparently affected. So if you haven't been trading on there, you're all right. But if you have traded there, you might have a little bit of an issue. And we can actually see a tweet here from PeckShield going through a little bit more about this and how you might be affected. So what it seems here is it seems that the SushiSwap router processor contact has a proof-related bug, which leads to the loss of $3.3 million, 1,800 Ethereum. If you have approved Etherscan address, please revoke ASAP. So I'm going to leave a link to this, to PeckShield's tweet here, in case you are affected. Most likely you're not affected, but I'll leave a link to it here just in case your wallet might be affected. And of course, we were talking about ZK Sync Era, and just to update you guys, another 20% change in the total value locked within this chain. Now, I would just be paying attention to new chains that are launching. So if you want to stay up to date when those first come out, smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next, and I'll see you over there. Peace.